We're going to go through and list what they want to know and what we know. So what they want to know is the arc length S, right? So they want to know S, which is arc length. They give us the velocity, which is 650 kilometers per per minute. Man, they're flying. Wow, that's like a spaceship. What in the heck is, that's like a particle. It's a particle accelerator. So then the time, 4 days. Some of this doesn't make sense. You know how many times that's going to go around? All right, 4 days. All right, cool. So what formula would you guys use? Yeah, now why do you say that? So what I want you guys to understand that on all of these problems, they're going to give you a bunch of information, that numbers and values that are associated with variables. And you've got to write down all of the variables and the values they give you first. And it makes it a lot easier to find the equation that works. You just go back in your notes. Like the first time we did this, I saw people literally looking at their notes and saying, oh, you know what? We need to do V equals S over T. Why would we use that equation? We had other equations. We had 1/2 times theta times r squared. But we don't have an r and we don't have theta. And they're not asking for the area, so we wouldn't use that equation. So that's the important thing, to pick the equation based on the variables that you have. They're always going to give you two. They're going to leave one out. Yes?
Which computer has the laptop or your book?
All of them. You must have me mistaken for some basic average teacher. I'm up here with the matrix teaching you kids. You're welcome. All right, one last thing. So yes, that's the formula that we're using. Now, here's the other question. There's a little catch to this problem. What's the catch?
We have to convert minutes to days.
Yeah, we got to convert minutes to days. Now watch this. Remember, I'm going to start with the minutes. 1 minute. Here's how you convert that. What's the next thing? Minutes, hours. So I'm going to put minutes here because I want to cancel it, right? You remember this is basic unit conversion. And I'm going to put hours up here. What's that relationship between I said the answer. 60 minutes is equal to what? 1 hour. Or do we have days yet? No. So over here somewhere I'm going to put hours, and maybe I put days. How many hours are in a day? So you put 24 hours down here, and I put 1 day. Now, I'm going to multiply those through, but notice what happens with the units. Minutes will cancel with minutes, hours will cancel with hours, and then I'm left with days. So I just got to do the math. I'm going to say 1 times 1 times 1 day, all over 60 times 24. So we'll do this on our handy dandy calculator. 1 times 1 times 1 is just 1. I did that one for you. What's 60 times 24?
1,440.
You are correct. So it's 1,044. 1,440. I said it wrong. What I wrote down is the right thing. Days. But it's 1 over that, right? So before I plug this in, I'm solving for S. Why don't I just multiply by T on both sides? This cancels, and I get the velocity times the time equals the length, the arc length. So what's my velocity? Well, it's 650 kilometers per 1 minute. Oh, wait. we don't want that as per 1 minute, do we? We're going to replace 1 minute is equal to 1 over 1440 days. So it's 1 over 1440. So technically I'm dividing by a fraction. So when you divide by a fraction, what do you do? Yep, we're going to multiply by the reciprocal. So now I'm going to have 1440 on top and 1 day per day on the bottom. But the days will cancel because oh, you know what I forgot? We got to plug in the time, you guys. That's 4 days, right? We forgot to plug that in. I was like, why aren't the days canceling? So technically, this is going to be multiplied by 4 days. Did you see the mistake Mr. Adams made? I forgot. I got so excited that we're converting the formula or converting our units. This right here is just the velocity, but this right here, 4 days, is the time. This is the time. So basically I'm going to say 650 times 1440 times 4. And then the days will cancel and I'm left with an answer in kilometers. So I'm going to say 650 times 1440 times 4. It's going to be a big number. And that's right. So I've got 3,744,000, right? So I'm going to have 3,744,000 kilometers. That's the arc length. Remember I said that's like a particle? That's like a planet. Okay? So that's our final answer.